What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Mystic Vibes. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so when the new video drop, you can tune in first, right? Alright, so today I am going to be doing some butterfly locks on my client. She have very thin hairline, so to protect her edges, I'm using a frontal for the front. Now, don't pay the stocking cap any mind because it's the only one I had at the moment, and it was a Sunday. So most places are closed, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to do something when I can compromise. So this is what I'm using. All right. So firstly, I do two small cornrows at the front. If I'm doing this on someone with a thicker hair, I would do some small cornrows going backwards. But because their hair is very thin and it laid easily, I just put two cornrows across and I stitch the ending of the cornrow. So I went ahead and do my ball cap method. I don't know if you guys wanted a tutorial on that, but I already started to do my work before I decide to record, because I was like, okay, I've never done this before. Yes, it's my first time. I have never done this before, but for you can put on back up, you can put on frontal, basically 1 2 3. So I decided to record, but I already start working, so you did not get to see the cornrows and the ball cap. But if you know how to do ball cap, you can just go ahead and do that. And if you want me to do a ball cap tutorial, guys, you can just comment down below and let me know, okay? If it's even one person, I'll still do it. All right, so getting the work done. I'm putting in some foundation, and I'm using two different just to get it to blend to match her skin more. One is too white and one is too dark, so I'm just blending to get it how I want it. So in order to get the glue to sit on the skin and the cap, you have to clean up the surface with some alcohol. So I use regular alcohol, nothing special. I use the regular alcohol and some cotton just to clean up the surface, so when I'm applying the glue will go exactly on the surface of the skin. That's where you want it. You don't want it to be sliding off or anything like that. So make sure to get all the grease and everything from her skin, clean the pores, everything, just so the glue can hold properly. For the part where I'm going to apply the glue, first I'm going to use the super glue. It comes in a tube. For those of you who don't know it, you can just look at the glue. It's in like a gold and red tube, and it holds very, very well. It have a strong smell. Some people rather it and some people don't, but because I am doing her braids to serve her long, I don't want the frontal to lift before time and the back of her hair will still be intact. So because she's not going to be in Jamaica, she's doing her hair to go out, and then she wanted to serve her. So I am using the super glue to lay the first layer of glue. So once I got that down, I'm spreading it. I'm not putting it too much on the skin. I'm mostly putting the super glue on the cap. So this is a very strong glue. For those who don't know, it's a very strong glue. It can even burn your skin or cause bumps and all sort of stuff for those who's allergic. I use it, it works for me and it works for others. So I'm just putting it on the cap because she's going to have it in long. I don't want her to have bumps or anything, and then she's not going to pull out her hair. So in the meantime, while the glue is drying, because you have to give it like 2 minutes or so, we give it like 2 minutes. Cause I want if it actually dry. I don't want if it have a tackiness to it, because I'm going to apply the other glue over it. So I want it to well dry and well set before. So in the meantime, I'm just going to start the braid and get it up and running. Yeah, I'm using the Springy Twist from the Expression brand. So it's not my favorite braid to use, but because I was telling her to get the Ghana Spring Twist and it didn't come in the color that she wants, so she bought this one. So it's not the best one to use because it's a little stiff. I rather to use the one that have more juice, a softer, the softer, nice curly look. But never mind, this one also gets the job done. So I'm doing medium size. I don't know if this is big medium to some of you, but this is medium for me. I am doing my medium wrap. So the butterfly technique, you basically wrap and you stick the hair over your thumb and you got the loop and then you go ahead. You wrap again like few inches apart, probably 1 inches, 1 inches. So I'm not timing and I'm not measuring what I'm doing, I'm just working. So you could just do the thumb method like an inch apart. So that's what I'm doing. And then afterwards, I am going to reapply some more glue just to make sure that everything dry one time. So I'm using Ghost Bond and I use other glue. I use a few other glues, but for me, Ghost Bond works well. So I'm adding a generous amount because like I said before, she is going to have in this style for a while and I want her to enjoy her money. Okay? So I apply the Ghost Bond glue at least 3 times over the super glue, and then when it's dry, in the video it's not 100% completely dry, but because most of it is dry, I am not going to wait on the part that is not completely dry to lay down my lace, because the part that is completely dry will get too dry. If you get what I'm saying. If you know if you cook rice, you will know me I talk about. Alright, so I'm just applying the frontal. She worn it once and it was in good condition, so all I had to do was just to get it pressed with the hot comb. So I just straighten it with a hot comb. It's clean and everything, and I add some lace tint to it to match it. I like to apply the lace tint before I put the lace on. I don't know about anyone else, but I try different ways and different techniques of doing things. I basically practice on my clients every day. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't work out, but that's the way to get things done. You have to practice, practice, practice. The clients don't have to know that you're practicing, but yes, you should always practice. And if you do it one way and it doesn't work, you can try another way because it's your craft and you have to try to master it. You can never master your craft though. There's always room for improvement. But there's no special way to do anything, to be honest. And I would just like everyone to just do what they're doing to the best of their ability. Try ways to find out how things work for you, because it can work for another stylist a certain way and then you try to do it that way and it doesn't work for you. So you have to find yourself. You don't try to fit in or try to stay in what everyone is in. You can just step out of the box and do what you want to do. I do not apply the lace tint while it's on the glue. For me, the lace foam seems to work. I see a lot of person using the lace foam, but when I use the lace foam, I am not going to use the lace foam after I apply glue. I'm going to put foam on the glue just to tint the lace. I'm not going to do that. For me, that takes up too much time I think it's too extra. That's just for me, speaking for myself. Nobody feel offended. Me not think it make no sense. Just color the lace, get the something to match a person's skin tone, color the lace, then you put it on. You don't need the grease and the bag of wetness on the lace after you already apply the glue. You want the glue to be by itself. So when the lace go on the glue, it just sit right. Because even in a lot of video, I see persons putting on the foam after they apply the glue and put down the lace, they put the foam on it. And then even in the tutorials, you hear them saying, okay guys, you have to do this part quickly. You see what I'm saying? So you have to actually get the edges done and get the foam on the lace to tint it quickly. Because if you don't do it quickly, it's going to lift. That don't make no sense to me. So just color the lace and then I put it down. Me work with my own stuff. Me work with what makes sense to me, but me not follow what everybody else I do because one fool make many, and sometimes it takes one person to start a trend and then everybody just follow. Nobody not try step out the box and try to see if there's a better way to do things. So I'm not that person. I'm always trying to do my own thing, leading myself. Okay. So back to the hair. After I do that, I use some setting spray and I just melt the lace in more with the glue. So I use the red butter one. I don't remember what name. I use the red butter one. You can use the Gatsby freezing spray if you choose, if that's what you would like to use. I use that one because I think it have a lot more tackiness to it. It's more of a glue than a freeze to me. It give a better finishing. So that's what I do, guys. Okay, so for the back part of the frontal, for the back part, I am not going to sew it down. I'm not going to sew it down because I think the thread will be showing when I'm doing my parting and I don't want that. I'm not going to sew it down, so I only glue down the front, and then for the back part of the frontal, as you see guys, it is not secure, none at all. You see? So I'm not going to secure it. I'm just going to catch that part of the frontal in with the natural hair. So I'm using rubber band for the frontal part. I'm not going to plait it because the hair and the texture is too soft. So if I do plait it, I don't want when I'm looping the hair to wrap it, it's sliding off, and I don't want it to slide off before time. So I'm going to use rubber band to secure it, and I think it's going to last longer for the front hair if I do that. So for the back part of her natural hair, I am going to plait it before I wrap it, but for the frontal part, I use rubber bands to secure the sections. For this part now, I apply my hair wax and then I just take a part of her natural hair and I'm going to get it in the rubber band with the other part of the frontal. So for the part of the frontal that is not secure, I am making sure that it is secure in with her natural hair. So I'm going to grab it as one, and then that little part that you see me flipping up earlier on, it's not going to be flipping anymore because it's going to be in the rubber band with her natural hair. So the two parts are going to become one. Okay, I hope I'm teaching well. So after you do that, you can start the other processes and do what you're doing. If you rather, if you rather to plait the entire hair first and then you get it wrapped, or you want to just rubber band everything and then you can do it after, you can do that. But because I just want to do it piece by piece, I wanted because she only bought 2 pack of hair, I want to make sure that I'm getting as much parting to go with the hair. So as I was doing the hair, I was actually there checking every time to make sure that I'm not going too low with the hair and I have too much hair on the head to complete. So this is what it looks like. If you notice, you are not seeing the end part of the frontal, and I did not glue it down and I did not sew it down. I just use the ending of the frontal, the back part of the frontal, I just use it to catch in with the back part of her natural hair. So it works for me and it looks good. Danica always on my video them and I'm not going to delete it. So yes, Danica, hi. Alright. So this is what the front part look like. I already show you how I do the back part. So now I'm showing you how I do the front part. After I catch it with the rubber band, I'm going to use my crochet pin to pull through the hair, piece of the hair rather, and then I am going to use another piece of hair to wrap it. So for the edges, I'm using Got to Be glue to secure her edges. I'm not sure they are going to last 2 or 3 months as she want this entire style to last her, but she better learn to fix them back herself. But I use the Got to Be gel, and I can guarantee that these edges can last a week or two. It depends on how you wash your face, it depends on how you sweat. But the edges can last if you try to secure them. If you cannot make them yourself, then secure them. But if you can make them yourself, you can always clean off the surface and make some fresh edges. So I'm just doing some little teasing, the little swirlies. I'm making a few swirlies and a few sloops, yes, a few sloops and few swirlings. So after I've done all of that, I am not going to tie down the edges because when I'm applying my gel, I put the gel on the hair and not on the lace. So it have no right to move if I'm not interfering with it. So I don't put my glue on the lace, I put my glue on the hair. So afterwards, I do not have to tie my baby hairs down to secure anything. Unless I use the mousse to make the baby hairs, which I don't. Like I said before earlier on, I don't use the mousse to make baby hair because it makes no sense to apply some glue and then only to mess it up with baby hair. Only to mess it up just to make the baby hair. So, if it's someone that wants messy baby hair, then I can do the mousse to make it fast in a few seconds, and then, after I tie it down, then I brush it out after. But once you want something that is going to last, like what I'm doing now, I just use the gel, not the mousse. So guys, this comes to the end of the video. I hope you learn and I hope you like my video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Mystic Roots, and you can follow me on TikTok at Mystic Vibes. Make sure to subscribe guys and click on the notification bell. That's the way you're going to know when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!